Alright, we're gonna try this again. Hello everybody, welcome back to another video here. We're gonna be looking at these. There's two different types here. This type of these three and then the other three are slightly different types. So yeah. This is what we're gonna be testing them in again. These are very used up. Camera's actually cooperating this time. So we're just gonna go down one at a time and test them and whatnot. We're gonna start at this end. I don't know how old these are. Let's see if I can get a good recording of these. These are all 23 watt bulbs. They're all 2700K. They all look almost exactly the same, except for on some of them, they have bigger, smaller etches and bigger etches. That's the main difference between these. So these are all very old bulbs. These are quite heavy compared to like these. Can't really compare it to that. These are old ones. I do like these. I don't really got nowhere to use them at this point. They all, I believe, work. They're probably running a little low on their life because of how used they are. That one especially. So we're just going to start here. Work our way down. I'm not going to turn off the lights for every one of these. Let's go ahead and pop it in. So this is the look around the bottom part of the bulb. Just all the cautions and stuff. You can kind of see how used up it is. So 3, 2, 1. It is not quite at full brightness, but you can really see that these are nice. They're quite used up bulbs, though. They aren't brand new. These are very old. One of them goes out and then they had to replace them all. So these are 100 watt equivalents, so they should be brighter than the other ones. But yeah, this one works good. Shut it down and start it up one more time. Give it a second. It should just come on a little quicker this time. So these are, I don't know how old these are. I can't figure out a date on them if anyone knows. These are probably early 2000s or earlier, I'm going to assume, with how old these are. So this one here works good. Yeah, it's probably going to be the first one to die too. This one is equally as used. Some of these were outside. This one feels a little cold. I had to go get them out of the other building. Same thing, I believe. So there's two different ones here. So all of these are different than all these. So we're going to do these ones first. These are the ones that were all outside. Okay, then we'll look at these ones. So we already checked out that one. We're on to this one now. This does not look quite as used. Actually, it looks about the same. Let's go ahead and pop it in. These are just CFLs. I like them on this view, so we can get a good startup of them. This one is definitely cold, but you can most certainly tell how used this is. But these are good quality CFL bulbs. They lasted this long. They're pretty good quality. This probably... Oh, just a little update. I found one more of those General Electric. I have 4 of them, like I said, 4 of them. Alright, that is about full brightness. So I'm going to go ahead and shut the lights off. It does look like a 100 watt bulb lighting it up over there, I would say. Gertie, move. What are you doing? Right in the way. Alright, that's that one. We'll check out this one. A little dusty inside. Looks heavily used based on all the yellowing on all of these. This one feels heavier than the rest of them. For whatever reason. They're all about the same, but this one feels slightly heavier. Same as the rest of them. We'll just start it up. This one is definitely cold. I can even tell that it is. You can probably see it swirling on camera. We'll let this one warm up. You can see all the dust up there on the top of it. It's getting there. This is probably the one that's going to be coldest. It's nice and warming up now, so we'll let it go for a couple seconds longer. While that's still going, we'll look at these. One of these. We'll move on to this. This is the dirtiest one. You can see all of that dirt all over it. Alright, back to this one real quick because it's too bright. I can't see my camera. Looking good. Can't see on my camera to make sure it's with that bright thing right in my eyes. Can't see it. Okay. These are a little different. The etch on these says Y733. This one say Y739. So that's what these are. These ones were inside, so these ones are warm. They all have this weird little indent here at the bottom. If my camera would focus. All of them have that. I think it's like an air thing, and they all got that vent inside of there. So let's go ahead and pop this one in. And turn this so it's all on camera good. And then flip it on. This one has a little bit different of a startup too. Yeah, it has a little bit different startup as well. This one is very, very cold. You can see on camera. And you can see that these are very used up. But these are very cold bulbs. Let's try and focus right there. Let's see if I can get it. Focused right down on that. That right there is about what it looks like for me, looking at this. It is getting brighter, but, yeah, let's see if that thing just goes away and this is going to work right. That's about full brightness. The top here still isn't quite up all the way, but I don't have all day to wait for this, and this is already a longer video. Works good. Alright, on to the next one. I want to look at this one here because it's very used. You can see how used that one is. Look at that. Very used. This is the same as that one, so we're not really going to spend a lot of time looking at it. This one's pretty clean, though. Not a lot of dirt, a little bit over here on this side, but it's not nasty. Here we go. I'm going to... That screen over there is driving me nuts. As you see, it still works and works good, but, oh, jeez. I could just shake the camera around a little more. You can see them spots right there. This one's pretty cold, too. Alright, I ain't gonna let this warm up much longer. If you look closely, you can see right there's a weird spot in the bulb. Alright, that's good for this one. All of these work, or I would have gotten rid of them. Alright, this is the last one we're gonna look at. We'll look at this one closely. 23 watt. 120 volt, 60 hertz, 0.34 amp, 2700K, mini spiral, random information, and over here we have the caution risk of electric shock nonsense. We're gonna I ain't shutting off everything, but I'll shut off those. The big lights over the bench up there, I'll shut that off. Alright, 3, 2, 1. Okay. This one is quite cold, so we'll watch it warm up. I don't have all day. You can kind of tell that it ain't all the way warmed up when I'm over there. Lights up the counter space and ceiling all pretty good. I do have the lamp on too, and here's this bulb in the lamp. And there's that. So, yeah, we'll turn the other lights back on here. Thank you for watching this video. If you watched all the way to the end, have a great day.